Hey Top Gun, how are you? I've had an awesome week away at St. Petersburg in Russia with my co-founder and part of our team, and I must say that the city is gorgeous and I'm full of emotions. The city is so gorgeous you lack words to describe it. Its museums, its atmosphere, its palaces, its people, its purity and everything that comes with it, its magnificence, luxury and superlative beauty. It's pretty hard to dive into the work after my splendid time away at one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful city in the world, but I'll do my best. Sorry for the voice, much as I enjoyed the city, their weather was Russian-like, and me being from the south, I got ill from the very first day of my trip. But today I'm going to share with you my experience of launching a custom software development company from home. And I must say that the stages that are used to create an IT home-based company are applicable for any type of company you want to start from home. By the way, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you're a veteran here, welcome back. Before we dive in, I must say that I have prepared a free giveaway for you, Top Gun, a free checklist of how to launch your home-based IT company or any other type of home-based company that you are considering. Speaking of IT though, this is a perfect business to run from home, and the only thing your employees would need is laptop or any other type of equipment where they are going to work on and internet access. There are already dozens and hundreds, if not thousands, of IT companies whose staff is either 100% remote or where their staff is allowed to work from home whenever required. In IT, it's not the hours spent on your workplace that count, but the result of your work. You can spend on your work 5 minutes or 500 hours, but the task has to be done. You don't do the task, you don't get paid. Simple. So if you want to start an IT company, here's my step-by-step guide of how to do it in a smart way. Of course, the options might be numerous, but this is the best way from my perspective of how to start an IT home-based company without any investments. First would be defining your service offering. Naturally, what are you going to do? What technologies are you going to focus on? Or what industries are you going to focus on? I strongly recommend you focusing on the technologies and on type of expertise, spheres of expertise that you are an expert in, because you cannot rely on any expertise of that of your hired employees. Because your company should provide the same type of service regardless of whether or not that employee leaves your company, right? It could be Ruby on Rails studio or e-commerce studio of building e-commerce websites, or design studio, or a software development agency focused on AI products and machine learning technologies, and so on and so forth. The options could be numerous. Choose your niche and stick to it. And the next comes naturally, and that is focusing on your niche. After you have defined your direction, you should better focus on 1 or 2 technologies that you are an expert in or your core team is an expert in. For example, in my company we focus on big data, machine learning technologies and DevOps technologies. Yours might be others, but remember that it won't do to take the project and then find subcontractors to do it. It won't do. First, you will sooner or later deliver poor results and thus make your clients unhappy with you. You will ruin your reputation, and third, you won't earn much money because you will have to spend much money on your subcontractors or additional workforce that you will have to attract to do the project, and so on and so forth. So you cannot do it all. You're not an orchestra man. Focus on 1 or 2, maximum 3 technologies that you're an expert in, and find clients according to your niche. The next would be securing your long-term client, and everything else, and I mean literally everything else, can be done after that and not before that. Unless you have someone paying you steadily each month, unless you have a steady income, and unless you have tested your idea and know that this is the technology stack that you can sell, don't rush to do anything else. The next person you hire, the next step you're about to do, is to bring additional team member to that long-term customer, to grow your team with that customer. And only as you continue growing within that project, you might consider the next step, and that is registering your company legally. Now, here's the good thing. As an IT specialist, you don't have to register your company from the very start of your operating on the market. For example, you might start working on third-party platforms like Upwork and operate as a freelancer and get paid as a physical person. But you should consider registering your company only when you have already several people working steadily for a few months on some project or other, or when you consider opening your offline office, or when you want to acquire bigger clients who prefer to work with vendors and not individuals. Now, another great thing about IT industry and IT business and IT companies is that you can register your company not necessarily in your country. So my advice is do your research. What country would be the best to operate in? Maybe you should consider opening your offline office or registering your business in some another country, because there are countries and regions that most clients do not find attractive to work with due to political or economic situation. So you must consider that. And also a very great thing to consider is taxes. In some countries, those taxes are less than in other countries. And of course, as we all want to pay less, this is the thing to keep in mind when you register a company. Now, have you noticed that at this stage I have not said a single thing about building your website, building a portfolio, investing crazy amounts of money into marketing, promotion, content strategies, sales, some vacancies and openings in your company that are useless at this stage? You have noticed probably that at this stage you have not invested a single dollar into your business. And I'm strongly against throwing your money at things that you do not need at this stage. All you need is what you already have, your laptop and internet access, and that's it. And this is what you already have, otherwise you wouldn't be able to watch this video, right? The thing you need though is knowledge. Without knowledge you cannot build an IT business. Now, this time has finally come when you have to invest your first money in your business, which means pay for your registration, which means paying for some legal consultation, and my advice is go to an accountant and not to a lawyer when you consider some paid consultation, because you will get more value from an accountant who will advise you which company type you should register to pay less taxes and so on and so forth. And now the time has come when it's time for you to build your website, finally. But you don't need anything fancy in terms of a website. Your website as a service custom software development agency should be your business card. It should have a clear message, it should have contact details, and it should have your service offering. You don't have to invest crazy amounts of money into crazy, very beautiful design. You can use even design templates at this stage. You don't need anything, and your clients are really not interested in how great you are unless you are a design studio, so that your website is like a part of your portfolio. But if you're a custom software development agency and if you focus on software development and not on design, then you don't need anything fancy. You just need a clear message, a clear design, simple, beautiful, clear. You may use some templates to do that, your service offering and your contact details. That's it. Your website is your business card, nothing more. A very good thing would also be to put your portfolio on your website, a so-called case study section, where you can show to your current clients or your potential clients what you have already done, your past and your previous projects, in a way of a case study, what you have done, what challenge your client faced with, and what you have done to solve that challenge. Also, some references from your old clients would be great to have on your website, but make sure that you ask for those references from your clients and ask specifically so that you can actually put those references on your website. And also you might consider creating an offline portfolio, which would be useful for online consultation and online sales calls with your potential clients. And to that end, again, you don't need to invest any money at all. You can use free services like Canva to create any marketing materials that you might need. Now at this stage, another expense will arise, and that is creating a business email and all the software tools that you as an IT software development agency will need. It's GitHub, it's project management tools, and any other software that your team will need when developing projects for your clients. It might be more profitable to buy a personal server and install everything in there, like set up your own project management tool and set up your own email and set up your own cloud in there so that you don't use Google Cloud to share your documents and so on and so forth. But this one requires special skills. You most probably will not be able to do that yourself. In my company, there is a person who can do that, and not only one, and in your team, there might also be people who can help you do that. Now it's time to grow your business, and every step has its purpose. And since we have mentioned that we have already created our website, it should pay us back. We have not created for nothing, right? So your website is a place where you can direct your potential clients, your leads, to show your case studies, to show your expertise, to show and present your service offering, and so on and so forth. Now, in order to grow, you have to understand where you will find your potential clients and new projects, and thus new income. So the next step would be define your sales channels, where you're going to look for new clients and new customers, on third-party platforms like Upwork, or on business social networks like LinkedIn and Xing, or by networking, or by recommendations, or by referrals, or by personal acquaintances, and so on and so forth. And again, at this stage, I don't think that you will need to hire any salesperson to do that. The best salesperson in your company is you. The best and the only person who cares about your business at this stage is you. So I wouldn't consider hiring anyone at this stage unless you have several steadily running projects. Of course, if you are a tech person, if you are a programmer, a developer, and sales and soft skills are not your advantage, then you might consider hiring someone additionally or co-founding your agency with someone. Now, the hardest part of all for me, and you will find that this is the hardest part for you as well, is growing your team. And when you operate from home, this is a tough challenge. Why? Because when you invite someone to your offline office, you can see instantly whether or not this person is adequate, whether he or she is able to do the desk tasks himself or herself, whether he or she is adequate enough to not throw everything away and disappear when you most need them, and so on and so forth. And when you operate remotely, even a video conference call would not be satisfactory in terms of results. You will find that pretty soon. I had a very negative experience when I had hired someone and that someone had let me down by not coming to a video call with a client, by not delivering results, and by not delivering the expected results. So my advice is, at this stage, when you're just building your business and trying to acquire serious clients, hire someone you already know and trust, like your ex-colleagues, your connections, and maybe your friends. Now, this is not a final stage of running your business. I would say that you will find yourself in a situation where you have to perform all of those tasks on a constant basis, redesigning your website according to your new service openings and new service offerings, hiring and rehiring, firing and hiring new employees, maybe changing the type of your business, maybe re-registering your company, creating content, doing sales. Sales process is constant, just accept it, and so on and so forth. However, all of those actions, and rather complicated actions, I would say, as IT is rather complicated business, could be performed from home, could be successfully performed from home, and they require no investments from the very start. To get started, you just need your laptop and internet access. That's it. I'm all for business models where you make money first and then you consider investing your money to grow your business. Hope you like this one. Feel free to apply all of these stages to your situation and your business. And as I promised, grab your free checklist of how to build your online home-based business, and feel free to shoot me with any questions. I would love to hear you in the comment section. Have a great week, have a great mood, and I would be happy to see you coming back to my channel. See you next week. Bye!